Hey, kindergartners, it's Mrs. Seals back for our next science lab. So the past couple weeks, we've been talking about objects in the sky. We talked about day and night, we talked about the sun, and we also talked about the moon. This week, we're going to be talking about stars. So let's get started. Your target says I can observe, describe, and illustrate the stars. A star is made of gas. Stars make their own heat and light. Stars are very, very, very far away, too far for humans to ever get to. And stars can be different colors like orange, white, blue, red, and yellow. The blue stars are the hottest, and the red stars are the coolest. So, what makes them different colors is what temperature they are. Depending on their temperature, determines what color they are. But to us, when we look up at the stars, they mostly just look white because they are so far away. So, I have a question. Where do the stars go during the day? Do they go to sleep? Do they disappear? Let's do an experiment. So, I know that at nighttime, especially on a clear night when there are no clouds, I can see lots of stars up in the night sky, especially if I'm, not in a big city, but maybe far away, out maybe camping or in the mountains, somewhere far away from a lot of light. I can see lots and lots of stars. But during the day, I don't see them. I don't see the stars during the day. So I want to know what happens to them at night. So we're going to do a little experiment. Um, it may be difficult for you to see what I'm doing because we're on a video. I'm going to do my best by turning off the lights when it's time. Hopefully you can see. We just got to do the best we can with this virtual learning. So I have a paper cup here that I have poked holes into. Hopefully you can see that. And I have made the shape of a constellation. A constellation is a group of stars up in the sky. And a long, long, long time ago, before people had, iPads and tablets and YouTube and different things like that keep us busy now, they didn't have all that stuff. So what they would do is they would look up into the night sky and they would kind of connect the dots almost with their imagination to make different shapes with the stars. And these are called constellations, and they would give them names and they would make up, stories or legends about them. So this is a constellation that you can see in the night sky called the Big Dipper. And if you'll notice, hopefully you can see that, it's called the Big Dipper because it kind of looks like a big spoon or a scoop or a ladle. So we are first going to see what this constellation looks like in the dark, how we see it in the night sky. And then we're going to see if we can figure out why we can't see the stars during the day. So I have a black piece of paper here that I'm going to, in a minute, I'm going to turn off the lights. I'm going to use a flashlight to project this onto the black paper. So let's see. You can see it a little bit now. Let me see if I turn off the lights, if we can still see it. Hold on 1 second. Ooh, it is dark in here. All right, so let's see if we can see the Big Dipper. There we go. You see it? Do you see the shape on the black paper? So my flashlight is shining through those holes and projecting or making that constellation onto the black paper. So that's what it would look like at night when it's nice and dark like it is now. So there we go. I want to know what happens during the day. So what I'm going to do, I know that the sun is out during the day. So what I'm going to do is I am going to see if I can hold this in place. This is tricky. I'm going to see if I can hold this in place. There we go. And then I'm going to use another, there we go, there's our constellation. I'm going to use another flashlight to represent the sun. So I'm going to turn this flashlight on and I'm going to shine it at my constellation. There we go. There's my sun. And look, my constellation disappears. I cannot see the Big Dipper anymore. It's daytime, the sun is out, right? But then at nighttime, we don't see the sun. And now, look at that. I can see the constellation again. Let's do daytime again. There's daytime, my sun is shining. I cannot see the constellation, but look, it's still there. So I wanna know what happens, let me turn on the light. What happens to the stars during the day? And the answer is, hopefully from our experiment, you gathered that during the day, guess what? The stars are still there. The stars are still out during the day, but we cannot see them because the light from the sun is so much brighter that it blocks them out. Remember a couple weeks ago, we talked about how the sun is a star as well. And it's very, very bright in our sky, not because it's the biggest star, because it is so much closer to our Earth. And every day we face the sun. Since the sun is so much closer to our Earth than any other star, its light, its bright light, blocks out the light from all of the other stars, even though there are many, many stars out during the day. I hope you had fun with that little investigation and learning about stars, and I will see you next week to talk about something new. Bye, guys.